Hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and then covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the dates of the 26th of May through the 2nd of June 2023. Can't believe it. It's already June. The year is rolling by really quickly. But let me get into the fishing report and tell you what's going on. Also, before I do that, please do us a big favor. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, talking about the fishing season, we're definitely underway. Now, it took a little while. If you've been following my fishing reports, you know that, boy, it was really sticky there during April and May. Waters were still cold. Waters were green. The winds were still blowing from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. Fishing was really picky to say the least, if not the best. It really took a while for us to get going. Now, the way things have gotten in the last 2 weeks, it's like a switch has been thrown. Now, I'm not going to get really onto it and say that we're full turbo, that we're full speed where we should be this time of the year. It's already, like I said, June. We're into the summer months, and we're not really going full speed quite yet, but way better than we were 2 weeks ago. Had you been fishing with us 2 weeks ago, you know, a good day, a bad day, some fish here, some guys not getting fish aren't biting, just all up and down and very erratic. But in the last 2 weeks, things have definitely turned on quite a bit. Dorado started biting, and we started out with some small ones, that 5 to 10 pound schoolie size fish. Well, this week we got into the much larger versions of them, some 20, some 30, even some 40 pound Dorado, both with our Las Arenas as well as our La Paz fleet. The tuna have shown up. Now, it's not every day, but they've popped up here and there. Some days the boats are getting limits of not the big ones, but some fun football-sized fish in the 5 to 15 pound class, just enough to give everybody fun without beating them up. Because if you've caught tuna before, you know that they can really tear your arms off and pull you out of your socks. There's some blue marlin running around. We're also still getting the roosterfish. The roosterfish should have been here a month ago. We started out with the little small ones, and they're still here, the 5 to 10, the 15 pounders, but we're finally seeing some of the larger models, the ones we're known for. We're the roosterfish capital of the world, and we're finally getting some of those 50, 60, 70, 80 pound fish. Now, they're not everywhere. They're not full speed. It's not full turbo. It's not where it should be quite yet. So we're getting some days, and sometimes they're harder to find than other days. They're there. So some guys are not only getting their first roosterfish, but they're also getting their bigger roosterfish, but we're having to work a little harder than normal for the roosters. The number one thing is we've got to have those sabalo. Now, the smaller ones will eat the sardines, the little sardine baits that we use, but the bigger ones, like the big sabalo ladyfish, the 12 to 18 inch baits, are the ones they get their mouths around, and those are the baits that produce the larger fish. So they're not always around, but you've got to have those bigger baits to get the bigger roosterfish. So there are roosterfish around. Don't let me put the dampers on that. It's just that we are still having to work a little harder than normal for them. We're also getting a lot of other varieties. There's still cold water here, so we're still getting fish like yellowtail, amberjack, pargo, cabria, sierra. There's pompano here. There's trevally. I think I counted 14 different species that we caught this week. So every day is kind of different, but everyone's definitely catching fish. Everyone's getting a variety of fish if they're not looking for any particular species. So everyone's taking some fish home. Everybody's having us cook up their fish. So things are definitely getting better, and they are way better than they were 2 weeks ago. So rather than me yak at you, I'll tell you what. Let me just tell you real quickly, it's still very cold in the morning. I'm still wearing my long pants. I'm still often wearing shoes, and I've got a jacket or a sweatshirt on in the morning. So the mornings are really chilly. It's very unusual to have this kind of a weather pattern this early in the morning. The winds are still blowing. It's still gusting in the morning. It's surprising a lot of us. It's surprising a lot of our clients. But by 8, 9 o'clock, the winds have died down, and it's jumping into the 80s and 90s. So it gets warm really quickly. So if you're coming down, it would do you very well to bring a sweatshirt or a Pendleton or something you can take off later on to protect you from those chilly mornings that we're having. So, like I said, I'm going to stop talking. Look at the fish gallery. The fish pictures this week will tell you everything you pretty much need to know, that the fish are definitely here. They're definitely biting, and fingers crossed that things are going to get better. In the meantime, I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. Thank you very much for checking in. Thank you for spending time with us. We'll catch you next week. Take care of each other, and God bless.